Adam here with the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is compare a couple of third-row SUVs. So behind me we have the Honda Pilot, and on the other side we have the Nissan Pathfinder. So we'll look at the interior, the exterior, and see which one might be right for you. So let's start with the Honda Pilot. Again, this is the 2024 model, and this is going to be the EXL trim. So you're going to get a lot of great equipment. There is a few trim levels above and a few below, so I thought this was a good point to look at. Now, this particular EXL looks great in this white color with these 18-inch wheels, and this particular one is the all-wheel drive. So when we're looking at the engine, this is going to have the 3.5-liter V6. So what does that mean for fuel economy? You're looking at about 21 mpgs combined with the all-wheel drive system. Now, this EXL does offer a lot of equipment inside as well, but some of the parts that shine for the Honda Pilot have been the reliability over the years, the overall usability being that this is an 8-passenger vehicle, same as the Nissan Pathfinder. Now, we will find quite a few similarities between the Pathfinder and the Pilot, and that is definitely on purpose. These vehicles are very competitive when looking at one another, so we'll just cover some of the features to see which might be best for you. But let's hop over to the Pathfinder, we'll check out that exterior. Okay, so now this is the 2024 Nissan Pathfinder Platinum. So obviously this one's gonna be the top of the trim, so we can see all the equipment that you could get on one of these vehicles. Now, this particular one has the black appearance package, which looks really cool with this gray, and kind of that split two-tone black roof, and the roof rack rails looks awesome on this Pathfinder. Now from there, this Pathfinder Platinum rides on the 20-inch wheels, which would be an option on the Honda Pilot as you work your way up through the trim levels. They're both going to feature awesome LED daytime running lights as well as LED headlights, which is going to be great for nighttime visibility. Now from there, this model is a 4-wheel drive version, so there's lots of different drive modes you can select from. They also both come in different off-road trims. When we're looking at the Pathfinder, there would be the Rock Creek trim, or if you're looking at the Honda Pilot, you can go for that Trail Sport. So maybe if you're more into the outdoor lifestyle and want something that's great on the campsite or maybe doing a little bit of off-roading, either one of those packages would be available, but I like both of these trim levels as they show a lot of great equipment. Now, this is also going to be an 8-passenger vehicle, so you're going to have a ton of space in the back. So let's look at those second and third rows by hopping back over to the Honda Pilot first. Okay, so clearly if you're looking at an 8-passenger vehicle, you're going to want to know how the room is in the second and third row. Now, the third row in this one, access is very easy. There's a little button down here, there's a button on the backrest. You can just click those, they'll slide forward and people can crawl into the back seats. Now, it's going to be great if you've got smaller kids. As you get to about 6'1" like I am, it gets a little bit smaller back here, but I found it very similar to the Nissan Pathfinder in terms of leg room and third row access. Both are going to have the buttons, both are going to have a ton of usability. One cool thing here in the Pilot, that center armrest kind of folds down, so you've got maybe a way to keep the kids away from each other there, and you get the cup holders in the back. Plus with this model, there's going to be air conditioning as well as USB-Cs. One other thing that's really neat, there's a little cell phone holder in here, so you can put your phone in there. There's also going to be screens on the windows here that you can slide up, so if you've got a smaller child or infant in the back, you can keep the sun out of their eyes. Let's hop over to the Nissan Pathfinder, we'll check that one out. Okay, so now we're in the Pathfinder second row, and again, there's a lot of similarities between the two. This one being the Platinum model is going to offer heated seats for the second row here. You've also got a standard 120-volt plug as well as a couple USB chargers and the air conditioning. Now, legroom, again, is about the same, whether that's the second row or the third row. This one, you have a little handle on the side, so you can kind of move the seats or recline the seats forward and back, and then you have the same buttons in the same places to kick those second rows forward to access the third row. Cargo space is going to be pretty much the same, whether you have the third row with the seats up, or if you're looking at folding both the second rows down, you can kick those forward, or the third row down. You have a ton of cargo room if you're not hauling people around, which is what's great about these SUVs. One thing this particular model has is going to be the panoramic sunroof up above, which does open it up nicely back here for the second passengers. So whether it's the ease of use of folding down those third rows in either one of these vehicles or all the standard equipment in the second row, the driver's seat is really where you're gonna wanna be. So let's hop back over to the Honda Pilot, we'll check that one out. So we're inside the Honda Pilot now, and what's the one thing we always have with us? Our cell phones, right? So this particular EXL offers wireless charging as well. I've already paired my phone up and I've got wireless Apple CarPlay in here. So I can use that to access Spotify, Google Maps. It makes it very simple, and there's also voice controls on the steering wheel, so that'll pop up and you can pay attention to what's going on the road ahead instead of messing with your phone. Now, a few other things in here, if you go through the menus, there's this little thing called Cabin Talk. So if you select Cabin Talk, it actually echoes the speakers into the back so they can hear you in the third row. It sounds crazy, but when you're in the third row, it works very well. And again, so you can keep your focus ahead, so you're not maybe messing with anyone in the second or third row, and it's not distracting you while driving. Now, speaking of distracted driving, safety is obviously a big thing if you and your family are going to be in these vehicles. The Honda Sensing Safety Suite is amazing. There's blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, there's going to be a lane mitigation system. So all of that is on the steering wheel here, the adaptive cruise control. If you're doing a lot of cabin trips or highway driving, that is an awesome feature to have. It will keep distance with the vehicle ahead of you. You can select that distance right here, and it makes it very easy to eat up a lot of highway miles. Now, these seats are really comfortable, and today, when it's freezing cold, there is 3 level heated seats for the driver and the passenger. As you work your way up the trim levels, same as the Nissan Pathfinder would be in that trim level, you're gonna have the air-conditioned seats or heated seats in the second row. Now from there, you've got your USBs and then something that's called drive-by-wire. So that's gonna free up a little bit of space here. So instead of having a big shifter or some kind of mounted shifter here, you've just got these little buttons. You can click drive, reverse, and then just click it back into park. It's very easy once you get used to it, and a pretty cool feature to have. So a few other things, this one has the auto dimming mirror with the home link so you can pair up your garage door. This also is going to have a remote start. So like I said, it's cold today. I fired it up when I was standing inside. It was nice and toasty for me when I got going. That's a pretty awesome feature there. So we've got infotainment with the Apple CarPlay. We've got tons of space. We've got a lot of usability, the comfort. I love the seating position in here. You can see the road ahead. Visibility is great. I mean, there's a lot to love about the Honda Pilot. Let's hop over though. We'll check out that Pathfinder interior. Okay, so we hopped in the Pathfinder here, again, the Platinum model. Got my phone, so we've got our wireless charging, same as the Pilot. And then we also are going to have wireless Apple CarPlay as well as wireless Android Auto. So that is such an awesome feature to have. One other thing that's really cool in this model, there's a little camera button here. So this one has the 360 surround view. So you can click that camera button when you're parked. It's gonna show you the side, the front, the back. Obviously that works with the backup camera as well. But if you've got a tight parking spot or you're trying to see something, that is a really sweet feature that this vehicle does offer. Now from here, this one does have the heated seats as well as the ventilated seats, and Nissan has some of the best seats in the business. Now these are the zero gravity seats. If you're doing a lot of road trips, these are by far some of the most comfortable out here. I really like these, and when paired to the heated seats, this one also has the heated steering wheel. So it's cold today. Those are pretty awesome features to have, found both in this Platinum as well as the fully loaded Honda Pilot. Now from there, dual climate control. This one also has the USBs down below, and this one has kind of a similar setup where it's a smaller shifter down here, so it does free up room for the cup holders. You just click it, drop it into drive or reverse. Pretty cool system there, and then just tap for park. Now this one also is going to have some different drive modes, whether it's an eco, sport, or a tow mode. These vehicles do tow different amounts. Now this particular Pathfinder with the 4-wheel drive is going to tow 6,000 pounds. The Honda Pilot with the all-wheel drive is going to tow 5,000 pounds. So this one does have a little bit more towing capacity if you've got a larger boat or a utility trailer, so that could be a little bit more helpful there. Now inside, one of the other really cool things in this model, the digital display here. So as you kind of click it, it sort of scrolls through the vehicle so you can see your different nav settings, your tire pressure, all your trip computer stuff, as well as ProPilot system. So that's going to be your blind spot monitoring, forward collision, lane departure warning. Both are going to have very similar safety equipment. So this one also offers the remote start right on the key fob, so you're not messing around with an app or anything like that. Both are gonna have it. You just lock it, click and hold the button, and they're gonna fire up and get nice and toasty for you and run for about 10 minutes. So what do we notice between the Pilot and the Pathfinder? When properly equipped or when similarly equipped, they're gonna have almost the identical equipment inside, whether that's the wireless Apple CarPlay, the heated seats, all the room for 8 passengers. I mean, it's not by accident that both of these vehicles are so similar. So what do we think comparing them both? Maybe you like the brown interior in this model, or maybe you like the driving position of the Honda Pilot. I think you absolutely have to get out, take both for a spin, spend some time behind the wheel, see which one fits you better and what might be the best fit for you. So that was just a brief look at the Honda Pilot and the Nissan Pathfinder. Now, if you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by any one of our locations. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.